Vaccines have been sparking conflict all over the world. Good morning, my name is Jessica Lavril and welcome to Budget News. Vaccines have been even bigger importance with the novel coronavirus. Therefore, the difference in views about the vaccines have been even more conflicting than ever. But how did these opposing views start? Anti-vaxxer is a popular term to identify a person who is opposed to vaccination. After the new idea that vaccines caused autism, it arose a lot of conflict. However, it was a notion first promoted in the early 1800s. In the 1800s, there were many cases of backlash and beliefs that the vaccination was useless and dangerous, and that instead of preventing smallpox disease, it was multiplying. Therefore, good sanitation is the best way to take care of it. It sounds similar to what most people have to say nowadays about the vaccine. Now let's see what people's opinions on vaccines are. Over to you, Maria.
Hello, Jessica. I'm here with the local family that are open to talk about their opinions on this conflict that's been going on. I'm here with Karen and her family, and we're going to ask them some questions about it. Hi, Karen. How do you feel about this conflict that's been going on with vaccines?
I don't think anyone should be taking vaccines because I don't allow my family. I have a child, and I don't want my child to get autism. I know that Jim Carrey and Jenny McCarthy, they're like very, credible actors. They've been very open about how vaccines cause autism, and they are telling the public to be aware of it. I, for one, believe in them because Jenny has a child who's autistic, and she went ahead and tracked that down to the vaccines she put in her child. It goes ahead and alters your chemical balance. That's what my friend Melissa told me. And if I'm being honest, I don't want to risk my child getting autism. You can just get it all, build up your immunity, but I'm not putting vaccines in my child.
Can I ask your husband some questions?
No, I'd rather you not.
Yes, you can ask any question you want. Just take your time, please.
Okay, so what's your opinion on this conflict? Is it the same or is it different?
No, I actually think vaccines are very positive, because they've been tested for 20 to 30 years by very smart scientists and people. And that's true, there are side effects, like my wife said, but they've been tested for 5 years, and they've all been very good. And personally, I've been vaccinated already, and I'm fine. And hopefully, I can get my daughter away from this crazy person.
Thank you for your time and for your answers. So we just talked to two civilians who have complete different opinions on this conflict about vaccines.
The philosophy of vaccines cause autism was derived from a study in 1997 by a British surgeon called Andrew Wakefield. After publishing his research in The Lancet, a medical journal, which stated that the molasses mumps rubella vaccine was increasing autism in British children. Although his research was an ethical violation and had many errors, which caused his medical license to be revoked, the hypothesis was taken seriously by those who read it. It was taken seriously enough for other major experiments to take place, but none of them proved the hypothesis right. This really shows the effect rumors can have on a person's ideology.
I'm here with Big Chuck.
It's not my government name. Don't come at me. Well, go on.
Can you explain where did you get this idea, or was it just your idea of it?
Basically, where I got this idea from was, for friends. Like, my man them, we always talking about, how, when... Yeah, it's not, it's like an idea that I got, GCSEs and stuff, they were talking about immunity and stuff and, antibodies and stuff, all the science and stuff. I believe some science, I don't believe others. I don't believe the science that is going on in the factories over there. That's why I don't do vaccines. But, I use my own logic because I'm smart, it tells you that, vaccines and all that, it's just gonna alter your chemical balance and stuff. So, my man them, my own knowledge, that's where I got it from, and I came to the conclusion that I just need hot water, ginger, and some herbs and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, basically me. Yeah.
I understand. If it was mandatory to actually get vaccinated, would you get it, or would you stay to your own opinion?
I stay to my own opinion. If they say anything, I'm gonna shank them. No one tells Big Shot what to do. They don't even know my government name. How are they gonna find me out?
If vaccines were mandatory, what actions would you take?
If vaccines were mandatory, I would not be taking it at all. Like, you can't tell me what to do. These people don't even know my government name. What are they gonna do? I'm gonna shank them if they try. I ain't taking vaccines. I'm gonna have like a protest. I got connection with my man them, and they will support me in that. We're not taking vaccines over here.
Thank you so much for your time and your answers to our questions, and it was a pleasure to have you.
Waste man.
Hello, I'm here with.
Hello, yes, as you said before, my name is Dr. Buckingham, but please call me Doctor.
Okay, so Dr. What is your opinion on vaccines?
So today I will be explaining about how vaccines are tested and what we do after a shot. Before we deliver vaccines to the people, we run tests on animals, and after those tests are approved, human subjects are volunteered. After you take the vaccine, we monitor you for your protection to make sure that it went well and that there are no unexpected side effects. Some vaccines can have side effects, and their side effects differ from person to person. The side effect depends on the type of vaccine. Like the vaccine MMR, side effects include fever, tiredness, locust pain, and cold head. Other vaccines like Sinvac, I think for COVID-19, include nausea, chills, body ache, and fatigue. Vaccines work by working with your body's natural defense mechanism. We do this by inserting weaker/similar diseases/viruses into your body and letting your body build its own antibodies against the similar threats. I don't understand why people think any of this is real. Some people say we put tracking devices inside the needles of the vaccine to track you where you go. And I gotta say, you guys are just crazy. I just can't
Thank you
anymore.
so much for your time. Now, back to the studio with Jessica.
Thank you, Maria. That was it for the morning news. Later today, we will explore if the